In the last class, we derived a relation between drip velocity and electric current. From there, we had seen that the drip velocity changes if there is a change in electric field. So here a new term introduced, that is mobility, and mobility is the drip velocity acquired by a unit electric field. Okay, so if E equals to 1, then mu equals to Vd. The dependence of resistivity. In the last class I discussed that resistance varies with the temperature because of the vibration of the immobile ion atoms molecules in the conductor, and the resistivity varies with temperature like this: rho T equals to rho naught 1 plus alpha del T, where rho T is the resistivity at temperature T and rho naught is the resistivity at 0 Kelvin, and this del T is the temperature change in temperature, and alpha is called the temperature coefficients of the resistivity. Okay, and we know the relation, this is R equals to rho into L by A. So R is proportional to rho, so if rho varies like this, then R should also varies like this, and RT equals to R naught 1 plus alpha T, and these two equation, keep in mind, it will help you to solve some numerical. Calculation of equivalent resistance of series and parallel combination is same as the calculation of capacitors, and the basic concept should be remember that in series connection the current in both the resistance will be same, but in parallel combination current will be different, here I1 and I2. But in series connection the potential difference will be divided, one part in R1 and another part in R2, but in parallel combination the potential is same, potential drop will be same in both the resistance. Here we will discuss electric power. I think you know power means the work done per unit time. Okay, so here electric power means we basically try to understand the power supplied by the supplier and the power loss on the resistance on the conductor. Okay, and power means work done per unit time. So let's find work done in a electrical circuit is charge into voltage. Okay, and we know charge current I equals to dq dt, so from here dq equals to I dt, so put it over here and then take dt in the denominator, so this will be work done per unit time. So this work done per unit time is the power, that is current into voltage, and this form is in general form, and this will give you the total power supplied by the supplier. Okay, now we are interested to calculate the loss of power in the resistance. Now put in place of V, put IR according to Ohm's law. So this formula will give you P equals to I square R, and this formula, see here I is there, so I constant in case of series connection, so this loss of power will be used to calculate in series connection. Okay, now if we replace I using Ohm's law, from here it is V by R, then you will give this relation like V square by R, and we know the potential difference across each resistor will be same in case of parallel connection, so this loss of power will be used in parallel connection. P equals to IV, this is the power delivered from the power station. Okay, and the power loss due to a resistance, we know this is PL equals to I square into RL. PL is the power loss in the load and RL is the load resistance. Okay, so if we replace this I from this equation, it will be P by V, so that is P by V, and we will get PL equals to P square RL into V square. See, this P is the power supplied by the power station, so total power of the power station will constant, and RL is the load resistance which is also constant. So from this equation we can say that the power loss in the load will be inversely proportional to the voltage supplied. Okay, so if this voltage is very high, then the power loss will be less. That is why a high voltage is supplied from the power station with danger sign.